Hey, what's good, dog? Today we're going to be reacting to this video. Koomalala Harris answers the web's most searched questions. Now, I don't remember how long ago it was, but I said in a video maybe like a month ago that I did not want to talk about the 2024 election right now. And, you know, honestly, I was going to, but I wanted to save it to when voting season was actually occurring. However, I came across this Wired video on my Twitter feed, and I'm like, you know what? I'm very mad right now. I gotta react to this and give my thoughts on it. Now, if it won't become super duper obvious throughout this video, I am not a big fan of Kamala Harris. I will probably have a large rant at the end of this video, but let's save that to the end. So let's actually start watching this. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Kamala Harris, and this is the Wired autocomplete interview. What do you want me to do with each one?
Just drop them on the floor. Yeah.
It's not going to be in the camera shot?
It's off camera.
Because I don't believe in littering.
No, I know. We're going to
Okay.
back.
Now, that was the first clip that I saw on Twitter here. I can just tell that it's a very sad attempt at trying to make Koomalala look authentic and like a real person. Oh, dude, what do I do with this? Oh, I just drop it on the floor? Well, I don't believe in littering. Now, if you've heard anything about why Koomalala is cringe and not a good presidential candidate, then you've probably heard about how she cackles a lot. She makes herself laugh to seem like a normal human being, but it just feels so forced, and she does it all the time, and she just seems like a psychopath. And that also just reminded me, there was this one clip going around of Kamala Harris hugging like some supporters at this whatever, and Ben Shapiro, I know he's a bit of a meme, nobody respects him, but you know, whatever, I still think it's pretty true. He made a great point, saying, if you feel as if you need to hug your presidential candidate, then you are cringe, or something like that. Because in the end, this is all meant to distract us from their actual policies that they want to integrate into the country, which is the whole point of why we re-elect a president every 4 to 8 years. It's about what they stand for, not where they go golfing or what they find funny. It's just ridiculous. It makes me mad.
What did Kamala Harris's mother tell her? She told us that we should never let anyone tell us who we are. You tell them who you are. She said to me many times, Kamala, you may be the first to do many things. Make sure you're not the last.
You yourself showing people who you are rather than them telling you who you are is very, very good advice, and I absolutely agree with that. And why I think it's funny is because of this whole DEI thing that everyone's been pushing. You have your higher powers telling you that you're not going to succeed because of the color of your skin, rather than allowing you to take your own initiative and showing them that you have the skills to pay the bills. Clearly that worked for Koomalala, so why isn't she going to spread that for everyone else? Okay, maybe that didn't actually work for her because she's actually a DEI candidate, okay? She wasn't voted for, okay? They just chose her to replace Joe Byron. But seeing that she's about to become president, maybe there was some initiative that she did in fact take. Let's continue.
Kamala Harris presidential campaign. So I am running for president of the United States. I am the vice president of the United States, and I intend to win as president of the United States. And I intend to be a president for all Americans. As a prosecutor, when I would talk with a victim of crime or a witness, I never asked them, are you a Democrat or a Republican? The first thing I'd always ask them is, are you okay? And that's the kind of president I intend to be. It's about you and how you're doing.
Oh, I'm gonna be really, really nice. I'm gonna be the nicest president ever, and I'm just gonna ask about how you're doing. It's about you. It's not about me. Like, this is a level of pandering that I don't think I've ever seen in any other president. And of course, showing compassion and showing that you're a nice person is not inherently bad. Like, of course, we do need more nice people in politics, but that shouldn't be the main focus. The vibes thing, the brat summer stuff, that shouldn't be the main focus. Not only is it super unprofessional, which I don't really care too much about. I'm a Gen Z. I love when people are unprofessional. I think it's very interesting. But with this, with the unprofessionalism being the main focus and not focusing too much on the actual policies, when she's asked a serious question.
Can Kamala Harris beat Trump? Yes, absolutely. I think what's really important is to know what you stand for, and then you know what to fight for. Our military, I believe we have to honor their service, their sacrifice, the service and sacrifice of their families. My opponent has called military heroes suckers and losers. Not to mention that I think most Americans want to have a leader who believes that their strength is not in beating people down, but in lifting people up. And that's why I'm going to beat Trump.
That's such a nothing argument, because literally the only example that she gives is Trump calling military people suckers and losers. So let's fact check that. What was the context of the suckers and losers speech?
The president returning from a rally in Pennsylvania, denying the story in its entirety from the tarmac of Joint Base Andrews.
And I would be willing to swear on anything that I never said that about our fallen heroes. There is nobody that respects them more. What animal would say such a thing?
The Atlantic now claims Trump told his senior staff, "Why should I go to that cemetery? It's filled with losers." It also says Trump referred to the fallen soldiers as suckers for getting killed.
It's a fake story, and it's a disgrace that they're allowed to do it.
A fuming president denied the claims today.
It was a terrible thing that somebody could say the kind of things, and especially to me, because I've done more for the military than almost anybody else.
There's no proof of this actually happening. We've seen this all before. They spread lies about him all the time. Whether you believe it or not, there are plenty of lies that get spread about Mr. Trump here. And maybe that one was true out of all the lies, but I doubt it, because there is no evidence, there's no way to prove it. Even he denies it. But yeah, it's just middle school drama stirring up poopy just cuz, alright?
Kamala Harris, policies. One of my policies is to make sure that first-time home buyers will get $25,000 in down payment assistance. So you can just get your foot in the door and be able to live that dream and obviously work hard and own a home, and that's part of building wealth. Young parents of $6,000, so you can just have the support you need to buy a crib, to buy a car seat, to buy baby clothes,
Oh,
knowing
you did
that's such
not
a
just say
fundamental
crib. Okay, well there you go. She dropped another policy there, a legitimate thing that I'm sure she plans on doing, which of course, if you've watched my channel here for a while, you would know I don't believe in these free handout things, this DEI or free money, benefiting off of taxes, because it doesn't promote actual labor and keeps people in their homes watching TV all day, being lazy and not contributing to society. In the context of like a mom and her kid, she's trying to go to college and she has to take care of a kid at the same time, like that isn't as bad as just giving free money to people that don't really work. But at the same time, where do you draw the line? Okay, how consistent are you going to be on who will receive benefits if there are going to be restrictions? But I mean, could be worse, whatever. Let's continue.
Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. So Tim Walz is my running mate. I call him, as do many, Coach Walz. He's an incredible person. He was a high school teacher, high school football coach. He has served our country in uniform, and he is currently a governor.
This might be right-wing propaganda, but Tim Walz was in the military, but as we were getting deployed into Iraq and or Afghanistan, he turned around and retired so that he didn't have to serve on the front lines or whatever. So he says he served the country, but really he just did the medial things, separate from actually fighting on a battlefield. Which I know many military people that, retire before they even get deployed into the battlefield and whatever, and so they don't even see a single day of combat, and that's fine. But in the context of Tim Walz being hyped up as this American hero, he worked at a high school, he was a coach, he was in the military, it's just so fake. It's like Joe Biden talking about his son Beau dying in Iraq. Well, he didn't actually die serving in Iraq. He died of cancer. People desperately want to have combat experience and say that, oh, I served on the front lines, I fought for my country, because it is an honorable thing. But lying about it is probably the exact opposite. It is so bloody dishonorable and just rude to actual service members that fought in the battlefield. Okay, Tim Walz is a good, high school coach. He's a good military service member, but is he a good governor? No. He let a bunch of lunatics during the Black Lives Matter protests destroy Minneapolis and stuff. Imagine that being the vice president. I think we should keep him in Minnesota. Let's keep him out of the White House.
Kamala Harris, gun ownership. I and Tim Walz are both gun owners. We will not take anybody's guns away. We also need to have reasonable gun safety laws. I believe that we need an assault weapons ban. We need universal background checks.
Okay. You're not going to take guns away, but you are going to restrict assault rifles. Okay, got it. Koomalala Harris is pro-gun, everybody. Don't get your pennies in the twist.
Kamala Harris, Taylor Swift. I am very proud to have the support of Taylor Swift. She's an incredible artist. I really
No, she's not.
respect the courage that she has had in her career to stand up for what she believes is right. But we were on different sides of the Super Bowl last year.
All the Swifties, all the leftist Swifties, they were just so antsy, waiting for Taylor Swift to endorse Koomalala, because it was taking her so long that a bunch of Swifties came out and they're like, oh, Swifties for Trump, we support Trump, frick Koomalala and Joe Byron. But then, next thing we know, Taylor Swift put out an Instagram post saying that she saw some advertisements on Trump's Twitter or whatever of an AI-generated image of Taylor Swift saying that she wants you to vote for Trump. And so she just outright says, all right, I'm not supporting Trump. I am going to support Koomalala. Vote for Koomalala. Democracy is in danger. So, Swifties for Koomalala has been revived. But if you rely on celebrity endorsement of a presidential candidate to choose who you should vote for in the 2024 election, you are an absolute loser. You are the loser and sucker, not the World War I veterans, because it encourages people to not do their own research and not to look into the candidate that they're voting for, because just doing something because someone else told you to is a beta behavior. Why do you think so many soft, liberal white men are going to vote for Koomalala? Because they're submissive and they do what their wives tell them to, instead of vice versa. All the trad, based and red-pilled, strong, big men are going to vote for Trump. They're the ones that show true independence. They're the ones that listen to the valid sources and actually do their own research, and they know what they're going to be voting for and why they're going to be voting for it. Are you happy with the state of the country right now? No? Well, maybe you should reconsider voting for Koomalala, because it's only going to get worse. I'm not saying that Trump will fix everything, but he definitely will make a lot of things better in my opinion. Do you need an example? The bloody immigration crisis. We need to close those borders. I don't know why we've had them open for so long. The bloody immigrants are storming Colorado in this apartment complex, shooting up families in hopes of expanding the cartel business. How did they get into Colorado? Well, it's because somehow they got through the southern border and made it all the way up into the middle of the country where Colorado is.
Kamala Harris debate. That was quite enjoyable. I enjoyed the debate. I think it's very important for us to, in our democracy, create an opportunity for civil debate and disagreement about ideas and about policies. I think the debate showed that we have two very different visions for our country. I stand for and have a vision that is about the future of our country, and I offer, I think, a new generation of leadership. His vision for our country is very grounded in the past, and frankly, an attempt to take us backward. You know, taking away the freedom to make decisions about your own body, regardless of your gender. Saying that the government has a right to tell you what to do with your body. I think that's kind of backward. I think the government shouldn't be making those decisions for people.
But yeah, I thought the debate was terrible, and so did Ben Shapiro. If Ben Shapiro thinks so, then I need to think so as well. The Trump and Biden debate that happened a couple months before, man, it was so good because it opened everyone's eyes. All of the Democrat voters, they're like, wait a minute, Joe Biden might actually be the most senile candidate I've ever seen. And so I've never seen so many people turn on him all at once, and then a bunch of people started supporting Trump. Not a whole lot, but like a bunch more. It really helped Trump. But with Trump and Koomalala debate that happened recently, it changes absolutely nothing because it was such a just pointless conversation. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, well, I'm going to do that. My opponent is a liar. Oh, no. My opponent's a liar. He's a liar. No. That's literally all it was. These debates are absolutely useless now because what we should be doing is making documentaries, making propaganda basically, because these debates, sure, it might present your authenticity, it might show your beliefs and your values and what you want to do as president, but how is it going to change people's minds that haven't been changed already? Because guess what? A lot of people thought that Trump ate that debate. He was really ballin', okay? And then other people thought that Harris really ate that debate and she was ballin'. I think neither of them were ballin', okay? Brave statements only. But yeah, like I said, that debate changed nothing. Nobody's opinions have been shifted. It all just reinforced everyone's current opinions. I like Trump. Oh no, I like Harris. So it's only a matter of time before the election actually begins, and one of them will come out on top, and that'll be it. We just have to ride this out.
There you go. Let's all share some joy. Okay, that was it. We're done. Okay,
All
let's
right,
do
no,
it
that's
another
it.
way.
We're done. No,
I really
I'm
enjoyed
done.
talking with everybody.
All right, goodbye. So yeah, I found this video on this Twitter thread here, just kind of showing the highlights of everything, and so I basically responded to most of it, I think. And there's just all of these NPCs in here. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. I love her. The composure and maturity a president should have. Oh my goodness. Koomalala did great in this, but I'm just left thinking about how absolutely wild a Trump episode of this would be. Imagine him melting down when he pulls the sticker off the search result, and it's just something like Donald Trump Epstein Black Book. So if any of you watch Jubilee videos, you probably saw the one with Charlie Kirk debating the 20 college students and stuff, which is getting the better part of 10 million views right now. It's going absolutely viral. People love Charlie Kirk. People love politics. People love the 2024 election. As a sequel, they made a college student debate 20 conservatives here, and so I found this tweet as well, and I wanted to watch it real quick before I end my video here, and just show you how delusional these Koomalala supporters are. Okay, so let's read the caption here. He cleared her. Now, what does that mean? Basically, it's slang for he absolutely destroyed her. He absolutely just deflected the criticisms or responses, whatever, stuff like that. So basically, this debate that you're about to see here, he won. Well, I beg to differ, but let's watch.
Kamala Harris would be a much better president than Donald Trump. Welcome in.
Hi.
Hi. So, do you mind if I give you my reasons why I think that Harris would be a better president?
If you want.
So there's two main categorical reasons why I say Harris would be better than Trump. The first category is character. The second category is policy. Let's start off with character. First of all, Trump is a felon, Trump is a fraudster, Trump is an election denier, he's a dictator on day one, wannabe fascist, okay? Kamala Harris is none of those. Kamala Harris wants to protect and preserve a democracy. She wants to fight for the freedoms of all Americans, especially the 170 million American women and girls. And then we could reference policy next. If you want to respond to character, go for it. If you want me to hop straight into policy, I could do that too.
Well, starting with character, I technically do not think she's a good person. Speaking of which, if we're bringing up stuff from the past, we can say she slept with Willie Brown, broke up a family just to get her job. And while she was there, she used a firm that was putting people in jail that had false positives on drug tests. And she knew they had false positives. She admitted to that. And she was still putting mainly black and brown people in jail. Considering I'm both, that is very much a big issue for me. And also that...
Okay, so he started right out the gate saying these accusations about Trump, not explaining exactly why, just he's a felon. Well, what did he do? He paid off a prawn star, allegedly, to stay quiet during his 2016 campaign. But no, that's too many words. Just calling him a felon and a schmexch offender sounds better. Well, technically, he's not a felon anymore because the Supreme Court overrid those felons, so now he is felon-free. So, yeah. You can say that they were paid off by the Jews, but I don't know. At this point, the argument is just irrelevant. This isn't a debate about character and who's a nicer and more compassionate person. It's about the policies that they're going to put in place. I agree, Trump is absolutely not the best president candidate that we can have right now, but people still love him because he did so well in his first term as president, and so people want him back. What do I think would be better? I think Ron DeSantis would have been really, really good. Either that or Vivek Ramaswamy. I would have been fine with either one. Not Nikki Haley, because she's a grifter. Believe it or not. I will not elaborate. But despite my opinion, people still love Trump. I still love Trump. But obviously he wouldn't be the best. But it's what we're going to get. But anyway, back to the video. So yeah, this kid throws out these accusations, just saying, oh, he's this, he's that. And so then she starts elaborating her opinion, and she actually pulls out examples about why Koomalala is not the person that she says she is. And the reason why I bring up this specific detail in the beginning of this video is for something you will see pretty soon here, so let's continue.
Much a big issue for me, and also that a woman shouldn't represent, they should just sleep to the top for their job. They should actually work hard for it. I generally don't think that she's a good representative. There's plenty of other women out there.
Yeah, I have a question. How many votes did she get?
And he cuts her off. He's getting red. You can see the tone in his skin absolutely change. Look at it. He's pale white, And now he's getting pinker. Oh my gosh.
And if we're mentioning character and morals here, she's clearly not a good person.
I'm responding to your
just
claim.
like you had mentioned all that stuff about Trump, which could be true.
I'm
She's
referencing
an
your claim
adulterer
that she.
and a family.
I'm
wrecker.
referencing your claim that she slept to the top. How many votes did she get when she was running for AG and DA in the state of California?
But that has nothing to do with the fact.
It does.
that
She got
someone-
4.5 million votes in total. 80 million for.
And then he starts getting so smug, like, oh, I got you now. I got you now. She got a bunch of votes. A bunch of people support her. Well, why do they support her? Is it because she's a black woman running for president? Or is it because they believe that she's going to fix the economy, or she's going to be a good running mate for Joe Biden and or Tim Walz?
I have a question. You're saying that she slept her way to the top. How many of those 4.5 million people that voted for her did she have to sleep with?
Well, obviously we're in California, and this is pretty corrupt, but to say that she needed the votes of most people that matter, which is the person she slept with, could actually overturn and hide these votes just like they did with the election. But
Listen,
we're not gonna get too
the
far.
idea that women have to sleep with men to get into positions
And that's
of power
exactly what she
is a
did. It's
misogynistic
exactly what
lie.
she's exonerating.
One moment.
She's-
She's a woman saying that Koomalala slept to the top. How? Oh my gosh. Like what? She got fed the lie from the misogynistic patriarchy of men saying that Koomalala is not who she says she is? Come on. And again, just throwing out an accusation. Oh, you're this name, you're that bad name. It's just classic liberal behavior. No wonder why he's going to college.
Do you mind if I just finish talking real quick? Also, I would like to finish out this conversation. There's a lot of red flags up, though. So saying that women have to sleep with men to get into positions of power is a misogynistic lie. What
I
you are
didn't say
doing?
that. She just did that.
One moment.
That's what she represents.
What you are
That's all I'm
doing?
saying, guys.
What you are doing is you are taking Kamala Harris. You are taking her character. You are taking her proposed policy. You are taking her intelligence, and you're taking her wisdom, and you're throwing it out of the window. Because when you say that the
You did the
only
same thing
reason
with
she's
Trump.
in her position of power today is because she slept with a man that had been legally divorced for 3 years is a
I
lie.
get it.
Okay, useful tip for when you're debating someone. Retain your anger. Show that you are calm and collective. This is something that a lot of people do, except for liptards. And of course, there are some, right-wing commentators. They don't really act calm either. But I see it in a vast majority of liptards. They do not keep their cool. And they act so smug like this kid. And they're like, oh, I got you now. How are you going to respond to this? And they just, it's just so annoying.
She got
slept with
4.5
while
million
she was
votes to get
married.
into AG and DA and slept with 0 of them. The question I have for you
Oh, you don't
is
know
how
that,
do you feel
though.
about Donald
Do you know
Trump?
that? No.
Okay,
Absolutely
so
not.
you think that she slept with 4.5 million people to get in her
she
position of
could've,
power?
But the one
Wait,
person that
are
she
you
did
serious?
was the most important person.
Did you just say that she
needed-
had to sleep with 4.5 million?
No,
She said
I
she
didn't say that.
could've.
I said that she slept with one of the most relevant people to get her job.
What was his
to
name?
get in. Willie Brown.
And how
I
did
just said
sleeping
that
with Willie Brown get her the 4.5 million votes in her run for
because
AG and DA?
he was in the same position she needed to get.
But we
there.
have civil and electoral processes. We are a constitutional
honor
republic
those?
with democratic processes. Yes, I do. And you're saying that she somehow circumvented
So-
these civil and electoral processes?
I don't hate women, guys. Just letting you know.
Now, of course, they had to make her walk away because she was voted out by all the people. They think that she wasn't really doing the best debating this guy. And also, they have 20 minutes on the clock, so they have to get as many of these people in here as possible to debate the why Kamala Harris is a better candidate than Trump question. Now, in some capacity, this little baby girl is not super duper knowledgeable compared to this woke college student here. But the reason why I don't think that he ate her, as this person says in the caption, is because he's throwing out these nothing accusations that have like barely any weight, because he barely adds any examples of why it's misogynistic and who the frick even says that in the first place. And of course, I haven't seen the entire Jubilee video, but this is just a little clip I wanted to show. Just, oh my gosh. It's supposed to just affirm my point that I made earlier in this video that Koomalala supporters, they're so delusional. They have no idea who, what, where, or why they're voting for Koomalala in the first place. Actually, no. They do know why they're voting for her. It's because she's not Trump. That's it. And she loves abortion. And guess what? Trump also supports abortion, but in the first trimester. He's not going to outright ban it. Abortion is safe. It's in safe hands. In fact, it's going to be safer if Trump is elected. Was it the first trimester or was it like the first 16 weeks? I don't remember, but whatever. With that being said, Trump's campaign is so not far right, okay? Like, I'd say that his campaign in 2016 was a lot more extreme, and in 2020. And we could argue it wasn't extreme at all, but just compared to what it is now, it's so like almost centrist. It's almost a centrist campaign, if not moderately right. Okay, it appeals to so many people. The fact that he's putting this first trimester, whatever, how many weeks it was, kind of thing of abortion on the front of his campaign. Not that I agree with I don't like abortion. People really hate me for saying that. I think abortion is evil. He's finding a way to cater to as many people as possible, making them feel a little bit better for voting for him rather than Koomalala, that wants abortion to be legal in every way possible. And you could make the argument that Trump is lying about his policies that he wants to introduce and how he's going to be president this time around. But, Koomalala, I'd argue, is a bigger liar, and she's definitely not going to do the things that she says she's going to do. But of course, I'm biased, and, we're just going to have to wait this out and see. But, in the end, do your own research. Watching this video, I think, will help you a little bit, despite my biases. So I invite you to do some more research, okay? Find an unbiased media source that tells you exactly what's going on. And then you can form your own opinions rather than having other people tell you what to think. And for those that don't know, I used to be more left-leaning, okay? I was the weirdest mudaheka in middle school and the beginning of high school, and then I changed. Something switched. I was like, maybe I don't have the best opinions formed from the best sources. So I went on a journey, and I became the Professor Teagues that you all know and love. And I'm not the only one. I've reacted to several content creators, such as Kamala, I still don't know how to say her last name, and Omir Odam, who both used to be leftists and were reformed in recent times. So I'd invite you to watch their content, watch the nuance that they provide, and I will go back to my silly and useless commentary videos reacting to internet drama, making jokes and being unserious. We will get back to this 2024 election stuff later, if at all. So I guess that's about it. Sub to the second channel, follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Follow other social media. Bye-bye.